Hello and welcome to Marvel's Marvel Monday Movie News on Marvel Movie Fan for May 18, 2015. Just to let you know, if you can see the annotations, then you should be able to skip a story by clicking on the annotation on the right side, go to a previous story by clicking on the left side, or choose a story by clicking on the Marvel Movie Fan icon. Also, we will indicate spoilers with the spoiler sign. Now let's move on to this week's news. For our first story, Latino Review states that Asa Butterfield will be the new Spider-Man. If this is true, then we will most likely see Butterfield in Captain America: Civil War. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. just had their 2-episode season finale. Even though there were great episodes, according to Variety, the ratings of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. hit an all-time low. Let's just hope that these ratings don't affect season 3. Entertainment Weekly interviewed a few people from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. One interview was with executive producer Jeffrey Bell. In this interview they spoke about the finale. In the interview with Elizabeth Henstridge, she said that she does not know what happened to Simmons, but everyone is guessing. In the interview with Brett Dalton, he spoke about Ward's new role and his current failings. In the final interview with Clark Gregg, they spoke about the moment that Coulson became part of Phase 2 by getting his hand chopped off. These interviews go into a lot more detail, but there is not that much time to cover all those details. Marvel.com shared a description for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3 and Agent Carter Season 2. The descriptions are as follows. Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. returns for a dynamic action-packed third season as director Phil Coulson, Clark Gregg embarks on a deadly new secret mission to protect the world from new threats in the wake of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s wars with Hydra and the rogue faction of Inhumans. Marvel's Agent Carter returns for a second season of adventure and intrigue, starring Hayley Atwell in the titular role of the unstoppable secret agent for the SSR, Strategic Scientific Reserve. Dedicated to the fight against new atomic age threats in the wake of World War II, Peggy must now journey from New York City to Los Angeles for her most dangerous assignment yet. But even as she discovers new friends, a new home, and perhaps even a new love, she's about to find out that the bright lights of the post-war Hollywood mask a more sinister threat to everyone she is sworn to protect. As a side note, Marvel Entertainment revealed that Agent Carter will air between the first and second half of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The reveal came from within the first 10 minutes of the first Marvel Live video. Marvel's ABC series were not the only Marvel shows to get a description. AKA Jessica Jones now has a description as well. The description provided by Netflix is, working as a private investigator in New York's Hell's Kitchen, a troubled ex-superhero's past comes back to haunt her in the live-action series, Marvel's AKA Jessica Jones. This will be Marvel's second Netflix series. Ant-Man had a new TV spot. It seems to be a condensed version of the previous trailer. This TV spot is about 1 minute long. Director Peyton Reed just released a fake ending to the Ant-Man movie on his Twitter account. He shows how Ant-Man will meet his demise. The images are from parody cartoonist Fred Hembeck. Pretty much after being defeated in battle, Ant-Man is left small and wet in front of an elderly lady's home. She tries to dry off Ant-Man by putting him in the microwave. Well, things don't turn out so well, and it looks like Ant-Man will not return in Civil War. Speaking of Civil War, many behind-the-scenes photos as well as some footage have appeared all over the internet. There's an image of a funeral, which might be tied into the previous story. Overall, these photos are mostly focused on individual characters. According to The Wrap, director Ava DuVernay is in talks with Marvel to direct either Black Panther or Captain Marvel. DuVernay is known for directing Selma. If signed, she might be a great addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The X-Men is expanding their universe by making a spin-off movie called The New Mutants. According to Deadline, The Fault in Our Stars director Josh Boone will be directing and co-writing this movie. The other co-writer will be Nate Gwaltney. Like usual, Bryan Singer has posted X-Men images on his Instagram. In these recent images, it seems that there are some scenes that will take place in the woods. Singer will most likely post more images in the following weeks. Latin Post states that Hugh Jackman and Channing Tatum will join X-Men Apocalypse. IMDb states that they are rumored, but there's another source that hints Jackman will be back. The other source mentioned in the previous story is Cody Smith-McPhee. Smith-McPhee had an interview with Spinoff Online. He talked about his past, present, and future roles. When talking about X-Men, he shared about the audition, his research, and other behind-the-scenes information. He also states that he is geeking out about crossing paths with Hugh Jackman. This interview is an easy read. Moving on to Deadpool, Mario Lopez survived his previous confrontation with Deadpool. Lopez did a quick interview with Ryan Reynolds. They talked about the last time they met, Reynolds' accident, the fans, and Reynolds' family. This interview is less than 2 minutes long. For our last story, Deadpool has 2 new photos out. Ryan Reynolds posted these images on his Instagram. One is an action shot of Deadpool, and the other is Deadpool being Deadpool. Well, that's our news for this week. Like usual, there are more stories in the links below that we didn't mention due to them not having an effect on the movies, or they're just speculations. These stories include connecting Fantastic Four to X-Men, Miles Teller being a real-life hero, Matthew McConaughey looking over Marvel and DC scripts, and a quick rundown of what Thor Ragnarok will probably be about. For more information on any of these news topics, click on the links in the description below. Also, please leave a comment if you have any questions or information that I may have left out. You can also tweet me at MarvelMovieFan0. Subtitles are available in English and sometimes in terribly translated Spanish. If you haven't, please subscribe to this channel and like this video. If you disliked this video, please let me know why. Thank you for watching, bye.